In the beginning, God made heaven and earth. At first it was empty and dark. So, God gathered up the light and called it day. He gathered up the darkness and called it night. God watches over everything. On day 2, God divided the air from the water. He put some water above the air and some below it. He named the air sky. On day 3, God was busy making puddles, oceans, lakes, waterfalls, rivers, and the dry ground too. He made so many different kinds of plants, trees, flowers, and bushes, no one could count them all. God said his work was good. On day 4, God put the sun in the sky to warm the earth by day, and put the moon and the stars in the sky to shine at night. Then God made spring, summer, fall, and winter. All that he made was good. On day 5, God made starfishes, octopuses, whales, and turtles. He made fast little fish for rivers and slippery big fish for the ocean. He made big birds like eagles to soar in the sky, and zippy little birds like hummingbirds. He made birds in all shapes, sizes, and colors. On day 6, God made the animals: puppies, cows, horses, kitties, bears, lizards, mice, worms, and lots more. Everything was good. But something was still missing. There were no people. So God made some. He made them to be just like him. He did this.
And he lovingly formed man out of the fresh earth. I can imagine that for a moment, he just looked at it, smiling at the thought of the wonderful times they would share together. "Oh, my dear Adam," God might have said, "how I love you." Then God breathed his breath of life into the form he had made. Instantly, Adam's chest began to move up and down as his lungs inhaled the fresh, clean air. Smiling into his Creator's face, Adam sat up. "Hello, Lord," he might have said. God showed Adam all around his beautiful new garden home. "Adam, you may name the animals." Adam grinned as he looked around. What a fun job! He got started right away. But as he worked, he noticed that every animal God had created had a mate. Was there a mate for him? God caused Adam to fall into a deep sleep, and while Adam was sleeping, God took one of his ribs and formed a beautiful woman. When Adam woke up and saw his wife, he was filled with love. God blessed the first wife and husband. They spent their very first whole day together enjoying God's company. God gave them the Sabbath as a special gift. They loved the garden home God had made for them. Each evening, they would walk together in the garden and talk with him. It was such a wonderful time, they couldn't wait to be with God. One sad day, however, Adam and Eve made a wrong choice. They chose to listen to Satan. God had told them that they could eat of every tree in the garden except one, the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. The happy couple didn't want any part of that, but unfortunately, Eve left Adam's side and ate the fruit that the serpent, who was really Satan, offered to her. Then she shared it with Adam. Immediately, instead of wanting to be with God, they felt afraid and hid from Him. But God still loved them. He did not stop loving them because they did a wrong thing. He had made them in His image, and He would always love them. Because Adam and Eve disobeyed God, they had to leave their garden home. No longer could they meet God and walk with Him in the evenings. But God loved them so much that He had made a special plan so that one day they could live with Him again. God loves us, and He wants us to live with Him too.